All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 20 Minutes of Fame. Now, we just had a little bit of an introduction on the most recent news in the ESL or esports world. Now we have our first interview guest. I'm very happy to have him here with us tonight. Please welcome Phil Momo Whitfield. Phil, it's great to have you, buddy.
Good to be here. Thank you very much.
How are you, man?
I'm very good. It's getting cold here in Germany. We had a very good summer, but no, I'm enjoying it, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you, man. I mean, a lot of people already know you in this world, of course, of esports, specifically from the Call of Duty side of things.
Yes.
You're a very famous caster, I think you could say, in that world. But for the people who don't know you, I mean, let's take a look at the facts, right? There's a lot of things we can.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. So
wow.
you are 24 years of age, right?
Correct.
A lot of people would probably think that you are a little bit older.
Yeah, I get that with the beard.
Of course.
What's that a pun?
But you have been in esports since 2007 already. Became competitive in Call of Duty in 2009 and went pro in 2011. And you won a lot of third place finishes, but you were never really in that first place position at any tournament.
Yeah, it was that one thing that, you know, almost on my resume or CV, if you like, that I always wanted, that, you know, that LAN win or something like that. So I never got it, and time went on. Eventually, I just thought, you know what, it's time to hang the controller up. But something, you know, I look back on it and can smile. A few top 3 place finishes within Europe, but no, yeah, big kind of Call of Duty fan as well as player. So, and I'm still involved today, so it's really good.
Yeah, very involved, actually, one should say. I mean, you've had a lot of casting going on since then, right? I mean, you joined
yes,
the ESL casting team at the start of this year.
Yeah, literally, ironically enough, it was the 1st of January 2016 when I kind of made the move from England to Germany. It was all new to me, but previous to that, I hadn't really done anything major. It was just at the given time, you know, Call of Duty was rising up at that time, and it was an opportunity which came out, and I actually was meant to be moving across with my brother. So we were meant to be coming over like this casting duo, but he had a girlfriend at home, he had responsibilities, so I took the plunge. I went over alone, and here I am, 10, nearly 11 months later.
Yeah, I mean, you've cast a lot of things since then, a lot of namely things as well. I mean, you cast the entire World League, basically, right? Yep. The playoff stages 1 and 2, I think, and COD XP as well, right? How was that?
COD XP was surreal for me because as a player, again, when you go back and you think, like, I tried to qualify for that event 3 years on the run, and I got to the same spot every single time. I was 1 game away. I went to the regional finals and I lost every single time. I tried it with the UK. I tried it under the Swedish roster. I tried it in so many ways, and you know, I wasn't good enough as a player, but the first year trying as a caster, I managed to get there. And my brother was always saying, like, so you team with me as a casting pair, we make it. And no, it was really good, but it was my second time over in America, and COD XP was awesome. The prize pool was ridiculous. The crowd was fantastic.
What was the prize pool then?
Overall, it was like $2 million.
Wow.
$2 million. First place took $800,000.
Crazy.
So you split it between the players, and, you know, some 18-year-old kid walks away with 200,000. So it's not a bad weekend. Yeah.
I was just about to say that. It's like, how does it feel to not have made it back then, but then there's like this 18-year-old kid who just takes it all?
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal thinking, you know, coming all the way back from then and you know, putting so much time and effort in and coming top 3s and getting like a few €100. And then you look at it now, and it's just surreal amounts of money. But by no means I had that kind of level to even get there, let alone win the whole thing. So it's good to see the rise of Call of Duty, though.
Way too humble there, I bet. Yeah, but very cool. I mean, you've been casting a lot of Call of Duty since then. The game still fun as day one for you?
Oh, it's awesome. And the good thing about it, I mean, there's positives and negatives of every game. And a lot of people always say about Call of Duty is there's a new game every year. So positives is there's something new every year. It's brilliant. You know, you pick it up, there's something you got to try out, you got to work out, you got to play differently. But sometimes, you know, you lose some of your favorite things from the one before. So I always find every year you just kind of given that same rush, that feeling of it's a brand new game, and, you know, maybe this is my year kind of thing.
Maybe this is my year.
But no, I'm really excited. The new game obviously comes out very shortly.
Yes, Infinite Warfare.
Beta's already out, and it's really fun. Really different, but really, really fun.
Really different, but really, really fun. We're going to check that out right now. The Infinite Warfare trailer for the new Call of Duty coming out soon.
The needs of our planet were greater than she could supply. So we sent men beyond the reaches of our atmosphere. But the open space gave way to an insurgency.
We will eradicate the authority of the Earth!
The Settlement Defense Front built an army.
Our world is just beginning.
A war machine.
Theirs is dying.
One day they'll come.
It is not enough to break free.
Try to take our homeland.
We will break them!
Vengeance, this is Raven 6. We're on final approach. Roger 6, you're clear to land.
The Aegis guns. They appear to be tracking our fleet.
SDF destroyers inbound!
All stations, shots fired!
Hold up! Hold up! Captain's dead.
Went down with his ship.
So who has the con, Gator?
I believe you do, sir.
Today's attack was not limited to Geneva. SetDef launched a concurrent strike on the Moon Gateway port. Tigers and Retribution are the only operable ships we have. Lieutenant Reyes, you are now the acting captain of Retribution.
Salt, you with me?
Always.
It's grounded, soldier. Captain's place is on the bridge.
Not this captain. Not today.
Good to go!
Let's get these bastards. This place isn't yours anymore. Kill them. Save the bullet.
Reyes, hang on!
Let's go give him hell.
Hey, should be a blast.
Turn the ship around!
The pilot of this ship, it's my job to make sure that we get back.
Gave you a direct order!
If you don't make that kind of choice, you have no place being in command.
Alpha 2's down!
It's time to raise the black flag and start cutting throats.
You lack what it takes to win this war.
Wow, I mean, I was just waiting for the in theaters now part, like at the bottom of the video. It's like they always put such crazy production quality into these videos, right? It's pretty insane.
It's always epic. There's a lot of explosions. There's always things just thrown in there. Like we're seeing spaceships and everything, and that's not gameplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something that's cool to watch, but I want I want hands-on on that gameplay. I want to see what it's like. But as you can see there, maybe some familiar faces as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah, a lot of familiar faces. I mean, we had to write them down. That's how many. It's like, so Kit Harington's in there, right? So
Yep.
who people obviously know or do not know as
Jon Snow, if you don't.
Seth Green, who some people may know.
Yep.
Doesn't he actually do the voice of Chris in Family Guy? Is that him?
Potentially. I mean, I'm
But
a big Family Guy fan, but I mean,
Oh,
I'm
but you
not,
don't
yeah,
know?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Boo. No, I'm pretty sure. And then obviously the Hoff in there, yes.
Yes, the Hoff's in there. He's like a big feature in like the zombie kind of thing, which is obviously big in Call of Duty. But it's like your own little dream team. You've got Jon Snow, Conor McGregor's in there somewhere
Yes.
as well. The Hoff, it's a lot of names put into it, and I think that it just appeals more to say the general viewer.
Did
that
they
public
not
player.
at Hamilton as well?
Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah,
Lewis
that's
He's
it.
in there
I
as
just
well,
read it.
bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
F1, I mean, that's definitely...
Yeah, so
I was gonna say.
racing. I'm sorry.
Renee has to know.
I will play the game as soon as I'm allowed to drive that Jeep.
Yep.
So
Then you're going to
yeah,
play.
then
It's
I'm
like,
in.
As Lewis Hamilton, you're
That's
driving
what,
that
yeah,
Jeep.
that's it.
Okay.
Call them up and they'll do it for you. Yeah, for sure. The Hoff wasn't he actually he was at the Gamescom panel, I'm pretty sure. That was actually insane.
Yeah, he was something to do with it, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was something with Call of Duty. He was at the Gamescom panel. Everyone was like, David Hasselhoff is here for Call of Duty? What's going on? And then you see him in the trailer. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
He wants to tear down the wall, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, nice. There we go. All right, but yeah, Infinite Warfare, obviously another year of competitive Call of Duty to come. You're probably excited for that.
Of course.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to in comparison to the last year, just like for the game itself?
The game itself, obviously the beta has dropped, so I've had hands-on with it a little bit, and I'm excited for the new game modes. Do they bring in anything new? Because we've been playing things like Hardpoint and Search and Destroy now for a few years. We know there is new game modes where, without going into it too much detail, it's just different, and I don't really know how it would work competitively with the rule sets and things. But if they spend a couple of weeks, nailing down some decent rule sets, we could have a very, very good, successful, fun year of Call of Duty. So I'm most excited for the new game modes, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as are probably most of the players, right?
Yeah.
Next to
that's
the new weapons and maps and everything.
Because
that
they've
comes
been
out.
playing the same thing. They're like, maybe we can do something different, chuck one more game mode in there. Might be their game mode. They may be good at it. They may hate it. But for Call of Duty fans out there, you might think of, for example, Uplink. Uplink was introduced to Call of Duty. People, plain and simple, it's just like basketball. Simple as that. But it was completely different, and it was really, really fun.
Yeah, everybody loved it, basically. And it's easy to get into because even for people who don't really watch that many shooters, it's like, hey, this is cool, It's basically basketball, as you said.
Exactly, and you've got the integration of, you've got all your jetpacks on, the thrusters, the movement is like no other game. Everything is, gone from boots on the ground, from, very simple, plain Call of Duty, basic, if you like, which a lot of people love. But now you're starting to be able to start a wall run, go lower than you can, behind the map, on top. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Get hands-on with it, and you'll have a lot of fun.
Let's do it in space this year.
Chuck it into space.
I mean,
even more crazy.
There might be more movement than on the NBA, but it's not as violent as the NBA, let's be honest.
Way more brutal.
Yeah.
High flying, of course. Yeah, something different. Something different is a good keyword because you were actually also casting Crossfire now. You did it in Manila for the major. How was that?
Yeah, that was that came about. It was a bit of a strange one, actually. It was an opportunity which came to me, and I was like, I don't even know really about the game, but 100% I'm behind it. It's FPS. That's my field. That's what I love. And I'm a big fan of other games as well, Counter-Strike. And across the board, when I saw it, I thought, I can do this. I can have a lot of fun with it. And then they tell me, oh, by the way, the main event is in the Philippines, obviously Manila. And I'm like, sign me up. Let's do it. So
let's go.
Yeah, I went across there. It was only about a week or two ago now, and the Asian community is so involved with that game. Like, I had no idea how much they love that game. And I think the one difference that I found about that and, let's say, Call of Duty was the fans in the actual arena. Like, they get behind certain players, not even certain teams, but certain individual players. Chants are going down, and it's like the room divides. The room divides in half, and it's just a surreal experience. But Crossfire, it was really, really fun, and I can say I'm not as good at Crossfire as I am Call of Duty, but I gave it my best shot. I tried, and I was pretty poor, I will say.
Pretty poor. But the country itself also, of course, very fun. As you said, the people very involved. Did you get any time, or did you have any time to go around the city, maybe explore the area a little bit?
It was something I really wanted to do, and I didn't know until we got there, but we actually went on a bit of a media day, and they said, you've come to the Philippines, you've got to do this, this, and this. And we were like, that sounds fun. And they said, right, okay, we're going. It was like, okay. So we were trying different foods. We were visiting, different sites, parks, and big, fancy buildings, which, I didn't really know about, but it was really good to kind of understand their culture and what it means to them. But I tried some, let's say, obscure foods, which people say, well, I know it looks horrible and it sounds horrible, but what did it taste like? It tasted horrible. For me, I hated the stuff.
You killed my hunger as well. I mean, I saw it on Twitter every time we posted a picture of your food. I was like, that's enough for me today then.
Yeah, very fun in the Philippines. Yeah. Not only did you post pictures on Twitter, but you also vlogged, right, on your personal channel.
Yes.
So we actually have a short excerpt from that, the bit where you, I think, ate a duckling or something like that.
Oh, I didn't quite eat it. I mean, let's have a look.
Somebody else ate it, I think. We'll have a look at it right now.
Why? Why? Mati? some of them premeditated
yeah.
But the right between is something more.
Oh, you've not done this before, have you?
Look inside. It's like where the no, it's wrong. No.
That is as Filipino food goes.
That's pretty.
Filipino food.
That's right.
So many questions from that.
I loved his look. Like, are you serious? Like,
it's the same look I'm thinking now. Like, I'm thinking, you're not really going to eat that, are you? And I think what it was, to explain, it was called Baloo. Baloo. And what it is a chicken embryo. Basically, they before it's about to kind of hatch, they put it in the ground, so it's very cold. Kind of not saying too much about it, but then when they crack it open, it's kind of like a hard-boiled egg. but with the chicken inside. So you can see the form of it. You can see like the beak. You can see its like feathers. And you saw him putting kind of some liquid on it. It was like vinegar. And he said, yeah, you put vinegar on it. Really, the acidic taste helps. It really matures it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And
it really matures it. It spices up the flavor.
It's like a delicacy. And then he just like, he just ate the whole egg. And I think even just seeing the inside of the egg was disturbing enough for me. But that was the only thing I said no to. The other things I did have were chicken intestines.
Of course.
Pig face.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Which I think is called sisi. And it's like sizzling on a plate. And the other
pig face.
Yeah, and pork intestines.
It's like an insult in other countries. We eat it. It's like,
I just see Busty's face and something is dying inside him. Like, to talk about that food and he's like, no.
Guess I'll eat my pizza tonight, folks.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good right now.
That sounds about right, yeah. But yeah, very interesting. I just looked at the shell of I was like, wow, that looks wrong.
He got a picture on his Twitter. Check it out. I did. Was not a good idea.
You won't want to try it. But
Jesus Christ.
The thing with the actual Vietnamese people over there, not Vietnamese. We were there with some Vietnamese people. The Filipino people they were also split. They didn't all love it. They were like, we hate it or we love it. It's a real 50-50. It's like Marmite if you like. But they said you need to try it, and I almost regret it now. I almost regret it.
You should have done it, right?
I watched that video and I think, I think I made the right decision. I think I made the right one.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have died from it or anything. It's just you ate a chicken embryo. That's kind of. Well, I mean, I'm not making. It's okay that you didn't try. I think.
Yeah.
Definitely okay. So you went there to cast Crossfire. People loved it. I actually heard this from a lot of other casters as well. Who were saying, the community there is actually really growing.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of Dota tournaments happening over there already. ESL 1 has also happened in the Asian territories or areas rather, and it's just growing more and more. People are so into it, right? Great to hear that from you again as well. So you cast Crossfire over there, a very new game to you.
Yeah, completely new. Only kind of played it probably 2 weeks prior to that. We casted one time in a studio, just the qualifiers, and then we were out there. We've been flown out there on a very long travel day. But yeah, really enjoyed it, and I'd love to do it again. That's one thing I would like to do again.
All right, cool. So maybe closing it out a little bit, another thing that you're looking forward to most likely is that you're getting into FIFA, actually, right? The next DreamHack tournament for FIFA, you are going to be casting.
Yes, this is something I've wanted for so long. I'm a huge football fan, but when the cameras were off, I was coming in, I was like checking my phone. My team's Manchester United. We probably had one of the worst days today that... less said the better.
What was the score?
It was 4-0 to Chelsea.
Jesus, man.
And it was not good, but I'm a huge football fan and I'm a huge esports fan. And putting them together, I play FIFA a lot. I was actually listening from outside. You said it's so easy just to play with your mates when you're at home. And now with the tournaments that are being put up on PlayStation 4, you can just get involved. So I think the community is really growing as well. And yeah, to cast that is a massive opportunity for me, as well as DreamHack. DreamHack's huge.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, most likely. I'm going to watch. Who are you casting that with?
It will be alongside Lee, which was D-Man, who was in that video as well, and I believe Joe Miller. They usually do...
He's stepping back in?
Yeah, they usually do the FIFA together, and I think I'm being added to that almost duo. So it's a bit of... a lot to live up to, if you like, kind of stepping into that. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. Those two guys are great at what they do, and I can just bounce off both of them. So be good.
Yeah, sure. For sure looking forward to that one. Everybody's going to be checking that out. Now, have you been playing some Valorant?
I've not. It's not... I wouldn't say it's my style of game. I'm very much an FPS kind of guy. But I've seen the codes being dropped.
Yeah, we're actually going to get some more of those right now, guys. So get your pens out. Or get your finger over that print button, because these are 2 more codes. One of them is for the game itself, for the early access, and the other one is for that mount in-game, so be sure to get those rolling. You don't have a pen with yourself right now, so it doesn't look like you're
able to be playing. I've missed it. I mean, let's be honest. As soon as that flashed up, someone's got it. I'm too late. I saw Renee trying to write down the first one, by the way, when the camera was off, so make sure he doesn't get it. But no, I love kind of free giveaways like that, so it's all good.
Very, very cool, yeah. Let's see who's going to be getting that. So, yeah, great having you here, man.
Thank you very much.
Very, very fun for the first episode. Anything in, close proximity to today that's going to be happening people need to know about?
From me, I mean, I've kind of been very, very busy. I think the next thing for me is obviously DreamHack. Call of Duty, who knows what's going to happen this year. I think... that's kind of my biggest passion. That's where a lot of my history lies. So I'm just excited for a year of Call of Duty, and straight after this, I am going home to play the beta probably all night and not getting off it. So that's kind of what's happening for me. But I don't know. I mean, if you're on Twitter or social media, make sure you check myself out on that, and I kind of keep the COD community up to date with anything cool that's happening.
Your Twitter handle, maybe just.
Oh, there we go. It's there. Phil was 7. I wanted Phil Whitfield, but you know,
a little bit more witty.
I was too slow.
Too slow. Maybe next time in the next live. But yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you very
by.
much.
It was a lot of fun. And before you guys turn off, don't do that at all, because Phil is just the first guest of the day. We are going to be having our next guest very soon. It's Daniel Salas for the win. Samuelsson, who is a Hearthstone pro player, so we're going to be talking to him as well. But after this, we're going to be checking out our first ESL Network content creator. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a bit.